is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Good morning, everyone out there. It's July 30th, 2016. I'm Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, Harry Glanz and Alex Nafousi.
Hey, buddies. Good morning.
Morning, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
How about you guys?
Good. Harvey, you're playing weatherman today. What's it going to do outside today, man?
Not real good. A little cloudy and 80 degrees.
I appreciate that.
All right, maybe today's the day you don't get out on the lake, but definitely we're going to give you 1 hour's worth of the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We bring in our special guest today, Mike Tomczyk. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. What's up, guys?
All right, Mike's just not Mike Tomczyk, our friend, but a guy who's been in the industry for a long time. He's a certified licensed appraiser in the state of Michigan. Harry, this is all we talk about is appraisals. We brought finally we found a guy who could man up and come and do the show with us and talk appraisals.
So here's the deal. Everybody knows in this show that one of my favorite topics are, appraisal values. And finally, a couple weeks ago, Mike was in our office and he came up to me and says, listen, I want to be on the show. I want to talk about it from an appraiser standpoint. I listen to your show every week. I'm surprised you haven't had appraiser on because you talk about home values. The things that you talk about are absolutely true. And since this is the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show, Mike, we're going to get into it about what does an appraiser actually do when they go out to the house? How do they determine the value? Everybody says, and you'll hear people say, well, the property value is what somebody's going to go ahead and pay for it. The market dictates that. And we say, yeah, something that's true. But a lender determines it via an appraisal from you a lot differently. Isn't that correct?
Oh, absolutely. What somebody is willing, one of the common misconceptions, of course, is what somebody is willing to pay for a property is what somebody is willing to pay for a property, not what somebody is willing to borrow from somebody to pay for a property. Okay.
Right.
Now, what I mean by that is, of course, if they're going to borrow the whole deal to buy the house, to buy the property,
You're good.
they're going to buy the property.
I was telling them to be closer to the mic, man. Speak in, buddy. Get right up, bro. Get right up in there, man. Get off in there, buddy.
And you want to lend the money for it, that's great. But if you're going to pay, if you want to pay more than market value for the home, you can. You just have to bring your own money to the table.
Sure. No, that's happening a lot right now. And Alex says, and we see it all the time that values come in. Somebody will buy a house, and let's just use a number $300,000. If the property comes in for $280,000, that doesn't mean that they can't buy the property. That means that they're paying maybe $20,000 more than the appraisal's coming in at. And if they want to get in, what's $20,000 over 30 years if they really want to be in that neighborhood, that school district,
quality of life.
And we talk about all the time quality of life. But the calls that we get from the real estate community are, what are you talking about? This house should be appraising at $300,000 all day long. Well, how about when the realtor meets you out at the property, Mike, and they bring the comparables, and there are no comparables at $300,000?
Yeah, that's a real problem. They seem to think that just because we are in an increasing market, and we are in an increasing market, that is for sure, that automatically someone should be able to pay more for a house. Or because, and here's my favorite, this is what they like to say a lot, I have multiple offers on a home.
Multiple cash offers.
If I have multiple offers on a home, how can it not be worth more? Well, just because people are bidding up the property doesn't necessarily increase the value of the property. And one of the things that we're looking at here, and this is also very common in the real estate community, is this is what homes in the market, this is what homes in the neighborhood are selling for. Well, appraisers aren't looking for that. Appraisers are looking for something a little more specific. What are homes like the subject in the neighborhood and in the market selling for? So we're looking for something a little more specific, and a lot of things are missed on that, especially when there's dominating characteristics.
So to be more specific, if there's a neighborhood that has ranches, colonials, and tri-level houses, and all three sales are ranch homes, but our subject is a tri-level, we might have an issue, right? Tell everybody why.
Oh, we're going to absolutely have an issue. See, a tri-level, or a quad-level for that matter, all split-level homes, that's a separate market altogether. All right, if you're willing to live in a tri-level, you're probably willing to live in a ranch. But if you're willing to live in a ranch, you're not necessarily willing to live in a tri-level. Also, by the way, tri-levels do not have basements. That's also something that needs to make sure that you...
Maybe some of them do, though. I mean, there are.
But it has to be specific, and what we're talking about is specific to that property. All properties are different. So, and there are a lot of neighborhoods that have diverse elevation types. So you can't comp out a ranch to a colonial, and you certainly can't comp a colonial to a bi-level or a split-level home. So when somebody says, okay, well then here, let's do it the square footage way. If it's 2,000 square feet and it's sold for, and it's sold for $300,000, well, that must mean it's worth $150 a square foot. So then why don't you just comp it out? Because this ranch is 2,000 square feet at 200. Why don't we just, at 150 a square foot, why don't we just do it that way, Mike?
Harry, I am so glad you just brought that up. I was just talking to a real estate agent this morning. This woman is fantastic. She's in the Lakes area, and she calls me. She's listening right now, by the way.
Hi, everybody. Oh, boy.
And she calls me because she wants to know pricing for premium lakefront properties, which are all very unique, of course.
Sure.
And this is the same type of issue we run into with price per square foot. Homes are different. Price per square foot is an inaccurate method for statistical analysis.
Can you say that one more time, please? Very loud.
Inaccurate method for statistical analysis. It does not make any sense. I'm sorry. If you have two homes that are both 1,000 square foot ranches on basements, they are in the same quality. They are in the same condition. You want the same price per square foot? Well, what if one of them is on an acre and one of them is on a quarter of an acre? Your price per square foot makes no sense, does it? No,
right.
It does not. Also, other amenities, an additional garage. What if one of them is located on the main road and the other one backs to the woods? Price per square foot does not make any sense.
Right.
Please stop using that.
I like how you're going all this morning, gentlemen. 248-539-9797. Okay, we're going to dive back into this appraisal talk. Got Mike Tomczyk in, certified residential appraisal here in Michigan, all around the state. It's always cool. Again, we talk a little bit of the delays and they and us and them. And the truth is, Mike, as you know, you're part of what we do every day. And of course, we can't lend money without having an appraisal back. And again, it takes a professional team. And we have Mike's quality opinion here today and a lot of the great appraisers out there in Southeast Michigan. Again, it's them along with the real estate agents and the lending community would put it together so that families are making better decisions now. And there's no doubt about it. What's cool about Southeast Michigan now is values are headed in the right direction, and we have seen ourselves come back here. So pretty cool stuff all the way around. If you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. We always talk mortgages and purchasing and refinancing. Of course, stay a little bit of specialized talking about appraisal, so be sure to join the show. Also, all day long, 1-800-LOW-RATE at Capital Mortgage Funding, the best mortgage banker. Hey, just to dive back in there here, as you know, mortgage rates are at all-time lows. Folks, it's absolutely unbelievable what's going on in the mortgage world. It's the one question you don't have to ask your mortgage person is how are the rates? They're just at all-time low. So a great opportunity now to save money.
Well, the window in time right now is that you have to do something, okay? If your rate's high, don't worry about it going down another eighth. Just get it done right now. You're going to miss that window. Don't be concerned about what the rate is. How about this? Rates are low. They're not going down to zero. All right, that's what you need to know. You need to get your documents in. You get talk to your mortgage person, and just get that done before you blow it. All right, don't be nickel wise and dollar foolish. All right, don't wait for the rates to go down another eighth, and then when they go up, because they always go up faster than they come down. Always go up faster than they come down. It's a slippery slope. Just do it. Take the cash out. Do the home improvements. People are improving their homes. I mean, you heard Adam Helfman on the show before us. It's going crazy. People are just improving their property right now. It's the pride of ownership. They're taking money out of the house to do that, and they're staying in the houses a long time. Okay, if you have to sell a house, it's still a good time to sell a house. We are in the middle of the prime home buying season. People want to get in before school starts. People are looking for homes to buy. Contracts are going crazy. There are some legitimate multiple offers being put on properties right now in certain areas. That's still happening. Okay, and we see that, I've talked to a lot of realtors, talked to more this week, and you heard us say it before. They think that we're in the eighth inning, the top of the eighth inning of the home buying market. In other words...
So use that analogy. What realtor use that analogy?
Okay, do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Our girls from Birmingham 2 weeks ago.
Oh, all right. They actually use the eighth inning analogy?
Okay, they said that.
Baseball analogy.
I'm impressed.
I'm not telling you. They said that.
Because we're on a sports show, we usually
I know, I got
She said we're in the eighth inning. We're in the eighth inning, which just means that they feel that we're coming to the end of a cycle, of a home buying cycle. We talk about it all the time. We said in 2012 the market was going to be hot. Well, we're in the fifth year of a cycle, and if you believe things go in 5-year cycles, maybe we are in the eighth inning. I look at it in specific areas. Mike, you're around the city. You go appraising. You know the hot areas. It's crazy. We talk about the Woodward Corridor. We talk about, you go to Oakland Township. You go to Rochester. You go to certain areas that are very, very hot. You go to other areas that, you could pick up a 3,300 square foot house for in the, 300,000, 320 range. Maybe Farmington Hills, maybe West Bloomfield, certain pockets there. But, it's crazy how hot Berkeley, Ferndale, Royal Oak, Birmingham. I mean, that whole Woodward corridor is hot.
Oh, it's smoking hot. Yeah, Berkeley was the one that actually shocked me, and I have nothing against Berkeley. I know you're from Berkeley.
Thank you. I appreciate
I have
it.
nothing against Berkeley. I love it. I actually just never had an idea of how hot it actually was, and I had just done a couple recently, and I'm not talking about Huntington Woods. Huntington Woods is always hot.
Right.
But Berkeley itself, it is absolutely on fire. There's a shortage, and again, we just got done talking about multiple offers. It seems like every deal that I'm getting over there, and by deal I mean home that I'm appraising, it seems like I'm being confronted by the real estate agent telling me we have multiple offers on this home. Okay.
So what? What does it do with the value of the house?
That's good, though.
Yeah, but
nothing to
wait,
do
but
with
let me ask you this. I think you're going there, Harvey. Don't you want, I mean, I know, don't you want to meet a realtor at that house and they hand you comps? Don't you think that they're prepared? We talk about it all the time. I want a realtor to show up there. I don't want them to harass you, but I want them to provide quality information.
Okay.
I asked
This is great.
Mike, you're going to tell him that I asked you this question off the air, obviously on Thursday.
He did, and I'm gonna make sure to keep this friendly. Okay, so here's the deal: real estate agents meeting us there. I am also, full disclosure, I also am a real estate agent. Okay, so I respect the job that they're trying to do, and the fact that they're coming there trying to hand comps that are going to make a value be the same as what the sales price is. I respect it because they're trying to do their job.
Okay.
So, but however, I will be perfectly honest with you and tell you that I very rarely, if ever, actually look at a package that they hand me. And now, Harvey asked me, he said, well, why? I don't understand that. This is what I will say to them when they hand me the package. Are there any secret backdoor deals or some sort of deal that you have in-house or FSBO, which is for sale by owner, that you know of that I can confirm and use as a comp that I may not be able to find? If they have one of those, by all means, I will use it. Otherwise, they're using the same method that I am to pull these comps.
Okay.
So, I don't need, what they're essentially trying to do is just protect their client. So I do understand it. I am not offended by it. However, I get the same information they do. It is a good thing.
Thanks for turning Mike off, guys. Appreciate that.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
That's a good. Go. You want to go to break?
yeah, I think we're going to go a quick break here. I'll tell you what, 248-539-9797. Right when we come back, all your calls.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Check your calendars, Dew drinkers, because today is Give a Can of Mountain Dew Black Label to a Friend Day. So crack open a can of the deeper, darker Dew Mountain Dew Black Label for your buddy James. If anyone deserves the bold flavor of this truly refined Mountain Dew, it's James. James is your man. James has your back. James won those 2 awesome concert tickets, and what did he do? He took someone else. Wait, he took someone else? Okay, change of plans. Today is Give a Can of Mountain Dew Black Label to a real Friend Day. So pour around and savor that crafted dark berry flavor made with real sugar and herbal bitters. And here's an idea, right in front of James. Introducing Mountain Dew Black Label, boldly refined.
Unleash a refreshing citrus kick with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew exhilarates and quenches with its one-of-a-kind great taste. Pick up all your favorite Mountain Dew products at your convenience stores of Speedway. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
If you currently use a CPAP system, I've got an important question for you. Are you sure you're keeping your CPAP system clean enough? Like, really sure? A dirty CPAP system is a perfect breeding ground for germs. Put that mask on, and they've got a direct line to your body. Talk about a fast way to get sick. Fortunately, SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs in minutes. To introduce it to the world, they want you to try it risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-400-8129. SoClean eliminates the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. Just pop in your mask, close the lid, and presto, your CPAP system is clean and fresh in minutes. Call SoClean.com to try it risk-free at home for 30 days. Supplies are limited, so don't wait. Call 1-800-400-8129. 1-800-400-8129.
Is that a radio in your pocket or you just, it's just a phone? Well, that's cool too, I guess. Yeah, mine's both. Radio and phone. I know. Who is this mystical man from the future? And how do I get my hands on this phone/radio technology? I get it all the time. But it's like, just get the Next Radio app. Then you can impress all your friends by knowing exactly what's playing on every station at all times. You want to know who sings that song that was just on 3 songs ago? Boom, recently played list. You can even save your favorites, sort by genre, and get the deets on upcoming concerts and album releases. And it uses 75% less battery power than streaming apps, meaning you can listen for longer wherever you go. So you basically just won radio. Yeah, you're welcome. Go ahead and try it. Maybe you'll win something for a change. Next Radio, live and local, wherever you go. Check supported devices and download the free app today from Google Play.
The word yes is just 3 letters, 1 syllable. But when combined with an engagement ring from Jared, it's the word that will change both your lives forever. Jared is the go-to bridal destination with collections from Tchaikovsky, Leo Artisan, and Neil Lane. Or with thousands of diamonds and hundreds of settings to choose from, Jared can create a one-of-a-kind ring just for her. Because at Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry, the one that changes your lives forever. And it's waiting for you at Jared.
Ever notice that when something is super special, it ends up on a list? Like a Hall of Fame or a top 10. At Super 8 Hotels, we love lists. Lists like our amenities, free high-speed internet, free breakfast, and even Wyndham Rewards points for loyalty members. We even have lists of great discounts for the military, auto clubs, and smart people that book in advance. It's a great stay at a price that fits. Sounds like we should definitely make your list. Super 8 Hotels. Stay super at super8.com.
Don't have time to talk? Send us a text instead. The Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge Ticket Text, 97136. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
You've got a question? We've got an opinion.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 919. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call at Capital all day long, all weekend long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Get that approval letter in your hand. Hey, join us here on the show, 248-539-9797. Got some really great stuff here. We got Mike Tomczyk in, a certified residential appraiser. We're going to move off to some of our calls. First, we'll go to Kelly in Southfield looking to refinance. Good morning.
Jump over that place, buddy.
We got you? There you go. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Welcome to our show.
Hi.
Good morning, Kelly.
I owe about $90,000 on my home. I'm at 4.25% right now. I just wondered if it was worth it for me to refinance.
I'd like to see you shorten the term on that. You're on a 30-year fixed right now?
It's a 30-year fix. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to a 15-year, even a 20-year, and pay the thing off and be done with it. I mean, 4.25%. I mean, it's a great rate, historically speaking. But I mean, the rates are definitely lower on a shorter-term program like that. How far into the loan are you?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably not that far. Maybe 7 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I'd like to redo it maybe on a 20-year. I mean, the payment will stay about the same, and we'll shave off 3 years. I mean, so you got to think. So if you save 36 payments times $1,000, say $36,000, I'm paying it off early.
Yeah, Kelly, how long do you plan on staying in that house?
I don't know. At least another 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, it might make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way to go. I'll call you for the show. Get it taken care of for you, Kelly.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
for
Kelly.
the call.
So often our callers with that situation, you pay an extra $150 a month. You knock, like you said, Alex, just knock off 3 years off the payment, save a lot of money. 248-539-9797. We'll move off to Bloomfield in Dan. Good morning, Dan. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Dan.
I'm a real estate agent in the more luxury markets, and I just wanted to support what he's been saying. A couple things is, number one, when we go in to meet with a seller at the very beginning, that's when you have to tell them that it's likely that they're going to be, their sale is going to likely be subject to the scrutiny of an appraisal. And so we want to position it for the top end of appraisal as best we can. And after we get deals all the time, other agents come to me and they complain about the appraisal. It's a bad appraisal. I'm saying, well, let's look at the appraisal. Are they the comps that we would have hoped that they would have used? So often when we get done with that process, they come back and say, you know what, I guess I can agree with the appraisal. So just because the number isn't what you wanted, you got to look at the components. It's not just a number. It's a very complex roadmap for how they arrive at that. And there are times where there might be some subjectivity that you might not agree with, or there are times where there might have been some better comps, and we've been in those houses probably more than some of the appraisers have. So there is some of that, but you don't know it until you look at the details. And I think sellers and a lot of agents and buyers jump to conclusions before they really know the components of why a competent appraiser ended up with the result that they
Right, so Dan, as a lender, I spend the majority of every day, and part of my morning routine is going over appraisals that people think that are faulty appraisals. So what I do is I take a look, and being in this area for a very long time, I happen to think I know a little bit about the area like you, like the appraiser, like everybody else. So when I sit there and analyze, when one of my people walks into my office and says, I think we have a bad appraisal here, I say, listen, just do me a favor. Give me the appraisal. I'll take a look at it, and we'll make a determination. I don't automatically sit there and say, yes, this is a bad appraisal. We do our homework. We take a look at it. And more often than not, 9 times out of 10, I will say, this is absolutely a good appraisal. Just because somebody says and they don't agree with the number doesn't make it a bad appraisal.
Because you didn't get what you want doesn't mean it's a bad appraisal.
Right, exactly.
And you and I are agreeing with that, and that's all my point is when you
set
that up in advance with the seller saying you're going to, in the over $1 million range, we're getting so many cash deals.
Right.
It really doesn't make
So,
a big
Dan,
difference.
let me ask you this question.
You've got to set them up in advance, yeah.
Let me ask you this question while I have everybody listening, while I have the appraiser in front of me and my 2 colleagues. Then why do most realtors say, well, it's a bad appraisal, just go to another lender?
Because every single mom I know is selling real estate now.
Right?
Yeah, but
why do they say that?
You know what? You're asking me why somebody else would say something, and I can't speak to that. What I can tell you is that, again, every real estate practice is their own real estate practice, and you got to be able to gear yourself toward the preparation and know how the process works and know what's reality. So when there are cases, and I can speak to one, I won't, but I would do it off the air. One last year, we had to come in $300,000 below sale price, and when they did change lenders, and we later on found out it was a lender that wasn't comfortable in the over $1 million price range. It came in very close to it, and we had two appraisals after that, and they came very close to the purchase price, and everybody was satisfied by it. $300,000.
Yeah.
Well, things happen, and that I can tell you, things happen. Everybody makes a mistake, but if you really know the market, those things shouldn't happen if you're with the right team.
There should never be surprises at the back end.
Correct.
If somebody's different than me for $5,000 in a $500,000 appraisal, that's the same number. There's no difference in that number because that's really a rounding component. So saying, well, it's wrong because of that is crazy. At $100,000, that makes a big difference. So
exactly.
I think that these guys that have these surprises down the road, it's the work they didn't do on the front end, and now it's a lot harder to get a seller off of a number that wasn't realistic to begin with.
100%.
Never, ever prepared for them.
Dan, well said. I like what you said.
Yeah.
Get
Great
the
call.
expectations. Thank you very much for that call. I had to wrap you up there. 248-539-9797. What Dan's talking about is setting up the expectations properly. You're sitting down as an agent with the seller and the buyer. And again, you put a transaction together with a win-win. But you can also go ahead and write a lot of information on a purchase agreement. You can put on there if the house doesn't appraise out, what's the exit strategy here? Are we going to renegotiate it? Are we going to meet each other in the middle? Again, there's options. And as Dan, a professional real estate agent calling in, set up it right from the beginning. And then you don't have to scramble when the appraisal comes in a little short. 248-539-9797. I'm going to go out to Tom in Livonia. Then we'll go to Brad. Hey, good morning, Tom. Welcome to our show.
Hi. Morning. How
Morning, sir.
Morning, Tom.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Just a question. I don't know if it's applicable to the conversation, but I sold my home in 3 days from listing. The folks that bought needed to get in pretty quickly, so it didn't leave us a lot of time to find a home. But we were bidding on homes. People were coming in with cash, waiving any appraisal. So we decided to rent an apartment for 6 months, hoping that the market cools off come November, December timing. And ultimately, it seems like, homes or prices are kind of inflated. We're looking in the Northville area, $450 plus So I don't know if it's a good strategy.
Well,
I'm worried about
Tom,
interest rates.
they are inflated right now, but I mean, they're not going to deflate in the next 6 months.
Yeah, actually, I can jump in on that one. It is actually a good strategy. They are inflated, yes, but also you say you're going to wait till November. We do have in Southeast Michigan seasonal pricing. It really is actually a real thing. And in the summer, early spring through summer, and then it stops right about back to school time. It's going to start to level off. So it actually really is a good strategy. I see it every single year. We do what's called a 1004 MC. It's a market conditions analysis. And you can see that every single time looking at by thirds of the year.
Hey,
So,
Tom,
yeah, it's a good strategy.
people that generally have houses on the market in November, December, January are very serious sellers, and there's a reason why they have to sell at that time. We know that in Michigan, the springtime and summer is the best time to sell. So your strategy could pay off, but it sounds like you sold at a great time.
All righty. Hey, we're up against a break. Tom, thanks for your call. We got to go to this quick break. When we come back, all of your calls, 248-539-9797.
With Wow Choice, you can build your own plan. Just pick an internet speed, choose a cable package, and keep adding. So whether your name is Mr. Seymour Cat Videos,
Aw, little bitty kitty cats.
Ms. I'm a Gamer,
Activate power shields and wizard spells.
or Ms. Lift a Post,
Hashtag dinner, y'all.
there's a plan with your name on it. Like if you only want internet, get 30 megs for just $24.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Or build your own package. That's Wow Choice. Offer subject to change. Certain restrictions apply. Visit Huawei.com for service descriptions, terms, and conditions.
Right now, 4 is the magic number at Subway restaurants. With our new Footlong 4 deal, choose from 4 featured footlongs for just $4.44. Feast on your favorite flavor or have a fabulous fling with something new. But hurry, an offer this fantastic is also fleeting. Come get a featured footlong for just $4.44 today. Limited time offer at participating locations. Additional charge for extras and deluxe plus tax.
Are you over 25 and need to flatten your belly? If so, the next 60 seconds are crucial to your well-being because we're giving away free trials of the belly flattening discovery Nubiotics to anyone who wants to flatten their bloated belly fast. To experience dramatic results, call now for your free trial. But hurry while we're still giving them away for free. 1-800-500-0486. Nubiotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. But hurry, due to overwhelming demand, there's a strict limit of 1 free trial per household. Again, if you're over 25 and looking for maximum belly flattening in minimum time, it's crucial that you write down this number for your free trial of Nubiotics. Hurry now for details while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-500-0486. That's 1-800-500-0486. If lines are busy, try again. 1-800-500-0486.
It's summer sell down at Jim Carsley Buick GMC. Get out of your current lease early and get
below employee pricing on a 2016 GMC Terrain. 24-month Conquest lease for only $99 a month. $9.99 down and no doc fee. Offer ends August 1st. Visit JimCosley.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Jim Cosley, 16 and a half in Gratiot in Clinton Township.
Hey, everyone.
This is Life Tips with Geico.
Life tip 1. Use a shower squeegee to remove pet fur from carpet.
Squeegee is also very fun to say. Consider it when naming a pet or child.
Life tip 2. Switch to Geico and you could save hundreds on your car insurance.
With over 75 years of experience and a 97% customer satisfaction rating, they know what they're doing.
Geico. Get savings into your life. Visit geico.com today.
The Home Depot is pouring more into paint. More washability, scrubability, and affordability. Introducing Glidden Diamond Paint and Primer starting at just $23.98 a gallon. That's up to $40 less than other paints claiming to do the same things. And it stands up to anything you throw at it, staying beautiful for up to 2,500 scrubs. We count it. Introducing Glidden Diamond Paint and Primer, starting at just $23.98 a gallon, exclusively at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
Let the experts at HAP help you choose what's best for your business. Visit hap.org/group.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D-Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Tiger baseball tonight right here on 97.1 The Ticket. First pitch 7:10 from Comerica Park. Tigers and Astros. Justin Verlander, who's been red hot going for the Tigers. He's 10-6, trying to get the Tigers to a 5-game winning streak. It's at 4 now after the Tigers' 14-6 blasting of the Astros last night. 16-hit attack paced by 3-run bombs from both Tyler Collins and Justin Upton. Matt Boyd goes 5 innings, gets the win, goes at 2-2, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. It's Jimmy Walker along with Robert Streb through 2 rounds on top of the PGA Championship leaderboard, both with a 2-shot lead, both a 9 under par. Streb with a 7 under par 63 yesterday. And world-class soccer this afternoon at the Big House in Ann Arbor, Real Madrid against Chelsea. At Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
We are Detroit Sports. 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, if you're just joining us, it's 9:32, the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, Capital, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always live in the studio at 248-539-9797. Got lots to still share with you. And again, we're here till 10 o'clock. Pat Caputo will be joining you with sports and social commentary right after this show. Of course, the appraisal is never meant, and we brought our appraiser, and it's never meant to derail the purchase. It's really a function of the consumer. You know, the consumer is protected by knowing what's going on in that area. We're going to be sharing a lot more information with appraisals and, of course, Mike Tomczyk. Let's go off to Scott real quick, and then we'll go to Brad. And we got Scott on the cell phone. Good morning, Scott. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Morning, Scott.
Not much. Hey, I'm a renter in Berkeley, looking to be a first-time home buyer this year. House I'm currently renting needs some work, but the homeowners are currently possibly looking to sell, and so I'm interested in buying the home I'm renting. The question is, how do I determine the value of that home based on the conditions and work it needs?
Well, we do an appraisal for you during the transaction. I mean, you could do an independent appraisal if you want before you negotiate the offer.
Okay.
But I mean, we'll handle the appraisal for you. I mean, you're in a great area. What street are you on in Berkeley? Don't give me the numbers. Which one?
Larkmore, right behind Westbourne Market.
Dude, you're on a great street, man. I mean, Berkeley's. I'm telling you, man, Berkeley's gotten really, really, really hot because I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword. Royal Oak's gotten so expensive that Berkeley is. I mean, it's you can get the same house for $50,000 less.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, Harry's from Berkeley. I live in Berkeley. I think it's a great city, man.
The schools are awesome.
Okay, yeah. I do have a second part to that question.
Yeah.
Seeing how I'm a first-time home buyer, am I going to be able to qualify for funding for a house like this that's going to need some work?
So, Scott, here's the thing, man. I mean, there's a product out there. It's an FHA 203K. It's a lot of work. I mean, but you can get money to fix the house up. Usually it's cheaper, and it's cheaper for you as a buyer to just put less down and utilize your own savings to fix the property, as opposed to trying to do one of these products where you can use the financing to fix the house up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just for the sake of the numbers, what do you think the house is worth? Just, to throw it out there. How many square feet is the house?
I'm thinking 160.
Okay, so 160.
That now.
Go ahead, Mike. He's waiting. Must jump in.
Just a quick question, because I'm always curious about this. Where did you get that value from? Zillow?
Just looking at other comps around the neighborhood.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
No, that's good. That's better than what I thought I was going to hear. So that's good.
Scott, there's a lot of great real estate agents will share information with you. We're going to follow up with you after the show. And again, even if you don't hire an agent, you're going to work and do a for sale by owner. Of course, we handle a lot of that paperwork in our office.
Okay.
And we can make it real easy for you. So definitely looking forward to speaking with you after the show. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right,
Thanks,
great call. Again, you definitely have to have some money to purchase a house, but you don't. You can set up a for sale by owner transaction with the landlords and put it together. Again, you want to have smarter people involved in your transaction, a great title company, great mortgage people.
Well, I love where Mike was going with that. We talk about where do you get the value from? What is the basis? What is the basis of your opinion? Okay, I mean, I'm not one that believes. I believe everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I also believe opinions can be wrong too. So if your basis for value is the internet, because you think everything on the internet is true,
Do you know what I go online for?
That's not. No, I don't want to know. I do not want to know what you go online for. Okay, unless it's called for baseball equipment. I just don't want to know. But anyways,
it's not to find how much my house is worth.
You can collect information from all different informational resources. Okay. But you should not use the internet as gospel, right, Mike?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The Zillow is the one that I get all the time. This is a real heartache for me.
It's killing you, isn't it?
It is absolutely killing me. Zillow, a lot of people like to look at it, and it's good if you live, I'm going to use this as an example because I'm from Livonia, North Central Livonia. You live in a 1,200 square foot brick ranch on a basement, and you use Zillow, you'll get a pretty accurate idea of what your home is worth. But if you live anywhere else, pretty much, that doesn't have exact homes, it's just using an algorithm of a bunch of different sales, and it's not using homes that are like yours. And that's where we have a disconnect with Zillow. So a lot of people are under this impression that if Zillow says so, that's what it must be. But that's definitely not the case.
So, one thing about Mike is he's very passionate, like we are, about what he does. So he has definite thoughts and opinions and a perspective of trying to share and make things better. If you want to argue your case with Mike, there's a proper way to rebut appraisals in the appraisal network and the appraisal system. You just cannot call up an appraiser, start yelling and screaming, I disagree with you, we needed this value. See, that's against every rule that's been put in place now in the last 6 or 7 years. Cannot do that anymore. People who did it in the first place are no longer in business. Okay, so there's a structured way, a proper way of doing it, and how we have to do that as a lender, and Mike can corroborate this, is we have to go ahead and call the company and email the company that we disagree with it. We don't call the appraiser direct. We don't talk values. We give specific information on why we believe that property appraisal came in low.
Harry, I think that's such a great point, man. You talk about people, that call and screaming at appraisers and saying, we need this value. And you get people back in the business now that have been fired from 3 companies that are all of a sudden, I'm hearing commercials again. They're just, it's unbelievable. We do, you got to do it the right way. And, like Harry, to your point, just because it didn't appraise at the sales price doesn't mean it's a bad appraisal.
So, Alex, go ahead this week. You had 3 transactions that the appraisals didn't come in where you thought they were going to do, and what happened?
You restructure the transaction. It is what it is, and like Mike's one of my best buddies, man. And he doesn't work on he can't do appraisals for me, and unfortunately, as much as I love you and I think you do great work. Yeah. But if I have one that I'm taking a beating, from all the agents and the buyers and the sellers, I'll send it to Mike and I'll say, Mike, what do you think? And I'm going to tell you, 9 out of 10 times, Mike's like, this appraisal is spot on, dude. This is a good appraisal.
Right. Yeah. Some are very good.
Because the information is the information. We cannot make a $300,000 house into a $400,000 house. We just can't do it. So when I'm talking about those kind of things, and I look at Mike and I know the passion that he exudes, if we ever have a situation and we rebut it the proper way, and Mike comes back and says, listen, guys, I just can't do it. Okay, well, then it's true. All right. You just know it is what it is, and you just got to live with it.
We had one pitch the other day that they actually adjusted the value. Remember about a month ago? We had a guy that came in low, and the guy said, listen, I didn't see
It's all in the way you go about it. It's all in the way you present it, and it makes a difference if you have relationships and you don't yell and scream at people.
Yeah, we can definitely do rebuttals on appraisals. All right, if you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. We're going to dive in a little bit of purchase conversation. Of course, get that approval letter. And first, we'll go to Brad out there in Oakland Township. Good morning, Brad. Welcome to our show.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Brad. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hey, I'd like your opinion on the price of my house. My house is just going to market right now, and it's in a new construction neighborhood in Oakland Township. We built 3 years ago. I'd like to sell it now. My thought process is, similar houses, the same model is going up for, say, $600. I put in probably $75 into the house. You go through the growing pains or the couple years of pain when you move into a new house and everything fixed. We went through that, and we have a nice backyard. It's a very private lot. It's one of the best lots in the neighborhood.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, what would you price a house like that at?
Well, now, obviously, specifics very, very difficult thing for an appraiser to get into right now because I'm not looking at the information at hand. But you just brought up a couple wonderful points that we can touch on here. The first thing you said is you put $75,000 into the house. This is a common misconception for people thinking that you get dollar for dollar out of your house what you put into it. If you paint it, this is my favorite. I know Alex is looking at me right now. Crown moldings, like that's not going to increase the value of your home. However, they are what we call non-value added selling features. So you're not going to get any value for it, but it will help you sell your house quicker. So it'll be less marketing time. Now, the second thing that you said, is one of the nicest lots. It backs up to what, woods or commons or a park or something?
Well, it backs up to wetlands protected, and two sides are actually wooded.
Okay, and that's a big deal. That is a big deal, and that is something that is a value-added deal that something that we would give value to. So, as far as what exactly I would price your house at, I can't say that right now because I'm not looking at all the information. But I will tell you that if they're going for $600,000, what you want to do is you want to find the other homes that also back to the wetlands or have a directly abut to the wetlands or woods or a park or something other than other residential. See what they're selling for. As long as they're the same style and within 25% size difference limit, then those are going to be very comparable to yours, and that's what the appraisal will use when the appraisal gets ordered.
Hey, Brad, what's the percentage? What's the percentage of homes that are complete in that subdivision? I mean, how many lots are left?
About 50%.
Okay, so it's 50%. So you're going to want to find, obviously, somebody that's going to come in and buy your home is somebody that doesn't want to wait for the new construction process. So what you want to do is you want to find out what is that builder, what are those new construction homes going for, how long it's taking them, and then compare the upgrades that you have in your house to the ones that are selling, plus all the value-added information, how many are on the commons area or the wetlands, and how many aren't. So then you'll be able to price that home either higher, the same, or lower than what the builder's got going on. And if somebody doesn't want to wait, my opinion only, and I could be wrong, very rarely, I could be wrong, is that they'll pay a premium for that and they don't want to wait.
Well, that plus, I mean, you do have to put in lawn, sprinklers, and landscaping. That's I'm talking about $75,000. I know it's non-value-added item and
but still,
definition, but
you're right.
That's real money that people got to pay when they.
That's right.
That's for sure.
That's correct. Still a selling feature. Hey, what year? I'm sorry, I missed that part. What year did you say yours was built? In 2014?
13, yeah.
Oh yeah, 2013. So your house is what we would call C2 condition. That's a condition rating that appraisers use. The new ones are going to be in C1. So you'd preferably like to compare it to other homes. The problem is you're not going to have a lot of resales, in the last 2 years of homes that were just built. So it would be more or less just taking off roughly, let's just say 10% off of what the new build would be for a condition. But then you're going to add all your selling features to it as well. You probably have a finished basement.
No, it's actually
not yet, so that helps too, because then it'll be more comparable.
It's a great call, Brad. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thanks, Brad. Going to get you in touch with Mike after for sure. 248-539-9797. We're up against a short little break. Keep it here when we come back, talking about purchasing, getting the approval letter, fixing your credit, and a whole bunch more. Keep it here. 97.1
Today, head on out to Motor City Harley-Davidson for the biggest party of the summer. Motor City Harley-Davidson's owner and GM will be tearing up the grill with a free Wild Game Barbecue. Plus, it's Motor City Harley-Davidson's huge sidewalk sale on licensed apparel. And the 97.1 The Ticket Street team will be there from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't know how to ride? Don't worry. You can hop on the motorcycle simulator and get entered to win a free Riding Academy class. And remember, all licensed apparel is on sale. That's today at Motor City Harley-Davidson on Grand River and Farmington Hills. MotorCityHarley.com.
Jet Express presents How Do You Do the Lake Erie Islands? Are you a kayaker, a hiker, a biker, a seafood eater, a jet skier, a sightseer, a fruity frozen drinker, a sunset gazer, a tag you with a laser, a 100 flavors of chocolate taster? Or are you a 52 feet below the surface cave diver? Ooh, ding, 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 we've got a winner. Whatever your thing is, express it on the islands. Jet Express yourself and go to jet-express.com for ferry tickets.
Cricket's got you covered like a blanket on a pig. Our plans cost little and our network is big. Like a great big gorilla in a pompadour wig. Great is great when big is big. You can text and like and swipe and stream. It's a great big network of your great big dreams. It's a obvious call. It's a great big network sending love to us all.
Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
Download speeds max of 8 megabits per second for LTE and 4 megabits per second for 4G. Coverage not available everywhere.
Do you want to know the real secret behind incredibly affordable car repair? It's U.S. Auto Parts of Sterling Heights. Bring your tools to the largest self-serve salvage yard in Macomb County. Get tires for as low as $13. Transmissions $125. Engines $200. A little work can save you a ton of cash. If you've never pulled your own parts, you'll be amazed by the savings. If you're a salvage veteran, you'll be impressed by the quality inventory and helpful staff. U.S. Auto Parts of Sterling Heights. 18 and a half West Augusta Van Dyke. Online at usautoofsterlingheights.com.
Perfectly manicured courses in an unbeatable location are part of what makes us the golf capital of the world. But beyond the pristine greens, the camaraderie of the game in Myrtle Beach turns our fairways into a legendary getaway. Our variety of courses is only unmatched by their award-winning quality. And with fine dining and a vibrant nightlife all along miles of coastline, Myrtle Beach is more than ready to take on your next weekend with the guys. Gather your crew and start planning your golf vacation at myrtlebeachgolfholiday.com.
There's a different kind of football coming to Ann Arbor, and the Buffalo Wild Wings on Boardwalk in Ann Arbor is having the best soccer tailgate party. Join the Ticket Street team there today from noon to 2. You could win a pair of game tickets or a foosball table. Catch all the soccer action at Buffalo Wild Wings, Ann Arbor's soccer headquarters.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Donate to 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program, and you can help ensure that every student athlete's heart is healthy enough for sports. Donate at cbsdetroit.com/student heart check.
Talking sports, loud and clear. 24/7. 97.1.
Get your approval now. That's right. Call Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Hey, we're taking your calls here live on the show at 248-539-9797.
People could hear the conversations during the breaks.
Oh, good. If you guys are going to be us. Hey, I'm going to thank Ira and Barb for a great party last night. Hey, guys, thanks a lot. We were down at the Crowfoot and Pontiac.
Ira and Barb, how come I wasn't invited to that?
No, you were. Dan Garrity came from the office. He
Nice.
came, yeah, a little blues show last night. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. A lot of fun. 248-539-9797. Get your phone call in here. Let's move off to some of these calls here. Jamie out and on a cell phone. Good morning, Jamie. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, I'm in Ann Arbor. I got a condo about 1,200 square feet. 10 years into a 30-year mortgage at 4.5. I've also got about 10 grand in a second mortgage at about 8.5%.
Okay.
So I'm looking to refinance and kind of combine those. Thought I'd get your thoughts.
What? So did you use both loans to acquire the property?
No.
Okay.
The second one was a after.
Okay, so what's the balance on the first mortgage right now?
About 105, and things around here are about between 120 and 130.
But you got a second mortgage too, though, right?
Yeah, the second one is about 10,000.
So you got 115, and the house is worth 125.
Yeah, 125,
You're not.
130.
You can't wrap those together, partner. I mean,
Yeah.
it's basically classified as a cash out transaction. So you're stuck at an 80% loan to value, and there's just not enough money there to do that. What I would tell you to do, what I would suggest, if I can talk this morning, suggest doing this morning, if you refinance the first mortgage, I mean, you're about a point over current market where the interest rate is. So the money you save on the refinancing the first mortgage, apply that to the second. It's only 10 grand. You'll have it paid off in a couple of years.
Sure. Yeah. I thought about that. I was hoping to combine them, but
You can't combine them.
And you pretty much said what I expected. So.
Yeah, but why don't you let us take care of that first? We'll subordinate the second. You'll get enough money, and you'll pay down the second.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks,
Friday.
Jamie. See you, man.
A couple other thoughts on that, of course. There's loan-level pricing adjustments. He doesn't truly have enough equity, but he's in Ann Arbor. Values have obviously moved in the right direction, and maybe a year or two from now, he can add those two loans together. Again, if you want to consolidate your first and second mortgage, be sure to call Capital Mortgage Funding. As you can see, we have a lot of experts on our staff. We can find out ahead of time, getting professionals involved, what the house is worth, so that way you don't just go do an appraisal and then find out you don't have the equity to do the right loan. 248-539-9797, and let's move off to Chris in Oxford. Hey, Chris, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, man, what's up?
Morning, Chris.
Good. All right, so we bought a house, our first house in May of last year, so we don't have a lot of equity in the home. We got it for $129,900 with like $3,000 in concession. It was a rental home, and the people just did not take care of it. The roof was in really, really bad shape. I actually just had the roof replaced with all of the sheeting. I've got a 10-year transferable warranty on it. And I've been doing a lot of work on the front yard of the house to increase the curb appeal. And the really, really terrible part of my house is my driveway. They had a single-car driveway going into a double garage, and then when the concrete got bad, they poured asphalt over it. It just looks terrible. And I just really think it would be a worthwhile investment to get a new driveway put into the house. And I just cannot think for the life of me on how to finance that and how to get something out of the house.
Well, it doesn't sound like you can. I mean, there's no equity there. But Chris, let me ask you a different question, man. I mean, you said that people really didn't take care of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you buy it then?
If it didn't have a lot of equity and such.
Well, I mean, the yards just looked terrible.
So it was cosmetic. It was cosmetic, other than the driveway.
Well, cosmetic in the roof. I mean, the roof was cosmetic, but it also just had some issues.
What did you spend on the roof? Between 5 and 10?
It was about $8,000.
Yeah.
To have all the sheeting taken off and everything put on.
I mean, Chris, there's probably a local bank up in Oxford, like a small credit union or something that you could maybe take a second mortgage on to do a driveway.
But I mean, do a personal note even.
Yeah, there's not a lot of equity there though. I mean, it's going to run you $10,000 for a driveway easily.
Hey, Chris, you know what I'm saying to myself? Let me ask you, would you do it over again? Would you have bought this house? I mean, everyone's buying these great houses and energy efficient homes. If you had to do it all over again, would you have bought the house you were renting? Just curious.
No, we weren't renting it. Someone else was renting
okay.
it. But yeah, I would have bought it again. I think it's a nice house.
Well, good for you. Yeah, that's where I'm going. It's your lifestyle,
And
man.
it sounds like to me you're going to stay there for a while, correct?
Oh, yeah, we plan on being there for as long as we possibly can. And,
All right, then I don't see any reason why you shouldn't do it. The question is how you're going to finance it is what you're really calling for. So I'll tell you this. I'd do a value check on it. I'd see what it is. I'd think, is it on any acreage? I mean, how big's the lot?
Offhand, I want to say it's about a half acre.
Okay.
Decent size.
And the people across the street from us took care of their house. They've had it for 50 years, 50 years. And they're selling their house right now for $185, and they've already gotten offers up to $180.
Is it the same style? Is it the same style of home? You say it's a ranch, right?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference is he's got a walkout basement with a pool, but it still needs some work.
Do you have a basement?
Yeah, I've got a basement.
Okay, good. So they're comparable. Is it much larger or is it similar? Is it like 25% size difference?
Yeah,
roughly?
easily.
Okay, yeah, it's a comparable home, so it seems like you've done pretty well so far.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the call, man. We're going to follow up with you after the show. Let's find out what that house is worth and see if you have any equity there. Great call.
Yeah, I would like that.
Thank you very much.
Dude.
248-539-9797 if you want to join us. Let's move off to one more call here. Let's go with whatever you want. How about Lowell out in West Bloomfield? Good morning, Lowell. You're live on the ticket. Go ahead.
What's up, dude?
Good morning.
Morning, Lowell.
This is my scenario. I have 3.56 acres in Northville, square piece of property, a lot of topography to it, has a rental house on it. I'm in the process of selling it. And my dilemma is, do I sell it? I'm going to take about $100,000. Or do I turn it in, or do I use the 1031 exchange mechanism to, keep my money and buy something else with it?
Well,
It's
that's
a
really,
question for the
that's really for your
yourself
CPA.
there.
Yeah, that's really for your CPA and you to determine what you want to do with the best way to go. Have you talked to your CPA about it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I have them working on it right now.
There you go.
I just wondered if you have any feel for what happens in that situation.
Whatever saves you the most amount of money.
My feel is that do you need the money? I mean, how quick do you want to do the transaction? What are you going to roll the other money into? I mean, I think it's a personal thing. I think that it's between you and your CPA, and it's something that you got to talk over and determine what your specific need is for at this time with that cash.
I got a quick question for you. Is that splittable and buildable property?
This is an interesting story. The property was split. The deeds were recorded at Wayne County in the late 70s, early 80s. I'm sorry.
We're not giving a yes or no, are you? Hey, Lowell. Hey, Lowell. We got about 30 more seconds. No, is it splittable, though?
Okay. The deeds were recorded. The township never recognized the deeds, so I don't know if it's splittable or not.
Well, there you go.
The deeds are recorded.
If you could split them, get 2 tax ID numbers, and sell them off, I think that'd be a good thing. But again, that takes time, and you're gonna have to somebody go to the township. You're gonna have to do that. But if you can do that, that'd be a good way to go.
Probably make some money off it that way.
Could you imagine, especially in Northville, man? That's some hot area right now. So, hey, Lowell, it's a great call. Thank you for calling in. We're going to get you. We'll follow up with you and get you some professionals. Obviously, he's got to have to talk with the CPA, so that's a good start.
Well, but you got to think. I mean, ask yourself that question, man. I mean, do you want the money, or do you want to? Why are you asking me? I mean, it was a good call. I'm not knocking the guy, but I mean, do you want the money, or do you want to buy another place?
Hey, just want to throw this out there.
I don't know.
Make sure all
unless I sat down with him.
Home buyers definitely call Capital Mortgage Funding. Hey, do you want to control where you live, your lifestyle, a sense of security, a home that you could be proud of, a sense of community? Be sure to call Capital Mortgage. Get that approval letter in hand. Learn all about home ownership on the mortgage side of things. Again, if you're working with a professional real estate agent, they would be very happy to know that you're working with Capital Mortgage Funding. That way they can get paid sooner. We're closing loans as fast as anyone in the country. Get the best service, the lowest rates. 1-800-LOW-RATE, Capital Mortgage Funding. Also, we're just about out of time here, so we got Pat Caputo coming up with sports.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for coming in, buddy. I
Yeah, I'd like to have
appreciate
Mike on. I want to have Mike on with a realtor.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'd like to have Mike on with a realtor. We want to talk. I think that'd be a great show.
We can bring on Dubensky.
All right. Hey, I want to thank Mike Tomchek from Paramount Appraisals. We'll see him next time. Here, we're back here next Saturday, 248-539-9797. Keep it here all day.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
If diets and diet products keep failing to flatten your belly, it may not be a diet product you need. You may need Soma Biotics, the shockingly effective breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies